Hello everyone, it's Sandra and welcome to today's video. I thought I would keep my wardrobe staples tour series going. If you haven't watched the first episode in this series, I did one focus on blazers. Blazers are one of my top wardrobe staples, wardrobe essentials. So I did a video giving you an overview of all my blazers and trying them all on and talking about each and every one of them. So as I was thinking of what to do for the next episode in the series, my mind automatically went to loafers because I actually like to wear loafers and blazers together in an outfit. That's one of my go-to pairings, and it's one of the outfit combinations that I feel most at home in. I've been slowly building my selection over the last 6 years. My loafer collection has grown with one pair per year since my love affair started. So I will kind of go in chronological order and talk about each and every single one of my loafers. There are 5 pairs of designer loafers that I'm going to talk about. So without further ado, let's get started with the loafer that began this journey. And that is the Gucci Princetown Slide Mule. Arguably, this isn't even a real full loafer because it's just half a loafer. It's a loafer mule. But these, I bought these in 2016 and they kind of started my journey. I absolutely love these. They are one of my most worn shoes in my wardrobe. They continue being one of my most worn shoes. They still make them. They're still quite a classic and a staple. I don't see myself getting over them anytime soon. They've kind of transcended the trend and became a classic for me. The leather is very soft, which is nice in terms of comfort, but it does scuff easily. So if you're somebody that's very particular about your shoes, you want to keep everything as pristine as possible, maybe if you are looking at getting these, maybe get them in a darker color, because if you do get them in a funkier color, when they scuff at the tips there, they can get a little bit, they look a little bit lighter as the that original bright colored layer of leather wears. It just means that it's an item that I wear a ton and, you know, getting my cost per wear out of it, and I absolutely love them. In terms of sizing, I sized up a full size in these shoes because when they first, you know, the first batch that they were making, they ran small. But I heard that the newer batches, like if you want to buy a brand new pair today, I heard that they have adjusted the sizing, so now they should fit true to size. I'm like a true European size 37 in almost all the shoes that I buy. That translates to either a 6.5 or a 7 in US sizing, depending on the brand. But generally, when I'm buying like designer footwear that uses European sizing, size 37 is my usual go-to. So in these, I bought size 38. But yeah, I absolutely love them. I love the pop of red. I think red, if you are more of a neutrals girl and you are looking to slowly start adding pops of color in your wardrobe, you really can't go wrong with red for either a pair of shoes or a handbag. I think red is such a safe pop of color to start with if you are kind of nervous to dabble into colors, because it works year round. You know, you can do a red accent with the richer browns and camel tones in the fall. You can wear red with like a crisp white shirt and a pair of jean shorts in the summertime. You really can take it year round, and I love it. The official color of these is called hibiscus. I'm pretty sure they still make them. With everything that I talk about, most of them are quite classic items that the brands are still producing. So I will be sure to link it in the description box, and I will also link alternatives at different price points. We all have different priorities, we all have different budgets. You can definitely get the same look and get the same vibe at different price points depending on your budget. Loafer number 1, bought them in 2016 and the love still goes strong, even though they're technically not a real loafer. Which brings us to loafer number 2, also by Gucci. This is the Gucci Jordaan style of loafer. These were a Christmas present. I got these for Christmas in 2017, so a year after my first pair, and I love them too. I think they're so cool. They were a really cool surprise because I didn't actually choose them myself. Michael surprised me with them and I absolutely love them. I like the fact that they are black leather but with a twist. They have this really fun embroidery with some stars and some bees, and it just gives them a little bit of an edge, and they're just a little funkier than a plain black pair of loafers, which is what I really appreciate. You know, I can wear them with an all black outfit or an all brown outfit, or, you know, I can wear it with all my serious neutrals and it still looks serious and neutral, but a little fun because it has this embroidery. And in terms of sizing, these are, I find these true to size. I have these in a size 37. They fit my foot perfectly. I also find them super, super comfortable. Now the leather in this particular pair of loafers feels a bit, it's not quite as delicate as the leather in the Princetown mules that I showed previously. So these, they're not scuffed at all, and I've also worn them a ton. So these, in terms of durability, the leather is a bit more hardy, and I love them. I don't know if they still make this embroidered style exactly, but if you are looking for maybe like your first pair of designer loafers and you want to go with something really, really, really classic, you can't go wrong with the Gucci Jordaans. They are just, they're beautiful. And if you don't have the budget for the Gucci style, there are so many incredible alternatives at different price points, so you can certainly get the look. They just bring a little fun and whimsical touch to my plain outfits. Even if I'm just wearing, you know, jeans and a t-shirt and a blazer, I can put these on and there's like a little fun thing happening with the embroidery. The next pair of loafers is the Prada chunky loafer. I adore these. I don't know what the official style name of them is. They're in black patent leather. Again, I bought my regular size, so these are a size 37. I find them really comfortable. I never had issues breaking them in, but some people have reported issues breaking them in because, you know, especially the patent leather ones, they are very sturdy. They're like quite a hardy material. I've worn them so much. They still look pretty much brand new. There's zero scratching, zero scuffing. Even in terms of molding to the foot, there hasn't really been any folding or molding to the foot or anything. They are quite heavy because they are a very hefty shoe. I have a lot of dainty blouses or skirts or dresses in my wardrobe, and these immediately toughen the look up a bit, and I like the I like that juxtaposition of something really delicate like a silk blouse, for example, but just edged up a bit with a pair of loafers. It kind of balances out the look, in my opinion. I love them. I've talked about them before in my fashion videos before. The styling possibilities are endless. In terms of build quality, these loafers will last me my entire life. I feel like these will last me like 20 years. The next stop on our loafer journey takes us to these babies. I actually did an unboxing of these on my vlog when I first got them. I bought these at the end of 2020. These are by The Row, and they are the Row minimalist loafers. And I bought these secondhand. I bought them from The Real, and they were in incredible condition. I think maybe the person just tried them on a couple of times indoors, but you know, they looked almost brand new. The story of them is I first tried them on in the store. I remember the date so clearly because it was one of like the last fun girls trips that I had before the pandemic. It was in 2019 and I was in Chicago with some girlfriends. We were in Barney's, rest in peace, before Barney's shut down, and I had tried these on at Barney's and I loved them. So I knew that, you know, Again, they're true to size 37, fit me perfectly, but I just struggled shelling out the full price. I think the full retail price for these was like $7.95. I just had a hard time spending so much money on something that is suede and light colored suede. That just made me really, really nervous. So I passed on them, and then I hadn't been able to stop thinking about them since. I just kept stalking them online, especially since I knew my exact size. So I just kept looking, you know, on Poshmark, on Vestiaire Collective, on Depop, on eBay, on The RealReal, until I saw them on The RealReal, and I paid, it was like just under $250 for them, which is a really good savings from the original retail price. I don't wear them as often as my other loafers, but I still do wear them quite a bit. They're like a nice spring summer loafer for me. I love the shape. They are so, so comfortable. I'd say it's kind of a tie. They're all kind of comfortable, but these are very soft. They are very, very soft. So they just mold to the foot so perfectly, and the leather that's lining the inside is so, so soft. They're very, very comfortable. They just kind of almost give me like a barefoot look and feel. Unfortunately, the Row no longer makes this loafer style, which makes me really sad because it's such a good classic loafer, but you know, the fact that it's got like a slightly squared off toe and they're slightly elongated makes them a little bit more special. You can still see them popping up on resale sites, but unfortunately, if you want to buy them brand new, they are no longer available. There are a lot of alternatives now. I've seen actually a couple from the brand 80. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but that brand, I think if you wanted a brand new pair of loafers in this style, I would point you towards that brand instead. Anyway, I digress. These are great. So I kind of, like I said, I kind of wear them when I just want, almost like, I don't want any attention to go to the shoe. You know, if I just want a quiet shoe, just like a sleek, almost barefoot look, because I want to kind of draw the attention to a different element of the outfit, I would put these loafers on. These are the loafers that I bought last year. These are the 2021 loafer purchase. Again, I don't know the official style name of these, but they are by Saint Laurent, and they are in the color Pearl. I love the fact that it is a white loafer, but it's not a super stark white. It's a really beautiful, creamy, pearly white. It's not super, super pearlescent, but there is like a slight luminescence to it. They also make these in black. They make them in suede as well. They're like a classic penny loafer style. There is one subtle YSL logo here on the side. In terms of comfort, I find these very, very comfortable, but if I walk, and I'm talking walking a lot, I wore them when I went to Miami with my mom last year. I wore them on a day in which we walked a lot. I'm talking like 20,000 steps. They started bothering me, just one of them started bothering me and kind of started to create a little blister on my heel, but I just went into Target and I bought those Band-Aid, like the blister Band-Aids. I put one on and it helped solve the issue, but you know, just a word of warning, I guess. In hindsight, I should have worn a different shoe that day, but I didn't know we were walking that much, you know? Anyway, in terms of styling, I reach for these when I want kind of like the look of a sneaker, but I don't want to be quite as casual as a sneaker. So the fact that they are like a lighter color, visually they give the same effect as wearing a nice clean white pair of sneakers, but it's a little bit more refined because it's not a sneaker, it's a loafer. I love them. Wear them a ton, especially in the spring, summer, and even fall. I do like darker, richer tones in the fall, lifted up a bit with a white shoe. In terms of sizing, I also find these true to size. I bought my true size, which is a 37. In terms of comparison in my foot shape, I have like a normal to slightly wider foot, so I definitely don't have a narrow foot. So maybe just take that information and, you know, keep that information in mind as I talk about sizing. In terms of my arch, I don't have a particularly high arch. I also don't have a flat foot. I'm just kind of average in in that aspect, so hopefully that helps out. Finally, I wanted to talk about what's next. If I had to buy a loafer style shoe, if I had to add a new member to the loafer family for 2022, what would I pick? And I kind of picked 3 different styles to talk about. The first being more of like a unicorn purchase. I don't see myself buying these at all, but I do think that they're really beautiful, and it's the Chanel loafers in the khaki kind of green color. They are extremely, extremely hard to find, these loafers in general. I've only ever seen the black ones in store. I've never seen the green ones in real life. They're very elusive. Chanel does this a lot with some of their more desired shoes. They don't make them in high quantities, so they become super sought after, and they're so expensive. They're really expensive to start with, but then on the secondary market, on the resale market, or if you work with a personal shopper, they can charge you anywhere around like $2,000, $2,500 for them, which is just, it's a lot. I'm never going to spend that much money on them, but I do love them. I think that they're a beautiful, beautiful loafer. So that would be like my unicorn loafer. If they were to just drop from the sky into my wardrobe, I would welcome them with open arms. The second pair, in terms of shape, texture, and color, I really, really love them, and it's the Bottega Veneta Croc embossed loafers. They have a square toe. They're really, really edgy, really modern. I love the butter color because it's not quite yellow, it's not quite beige, it's somewhere in between, and I think it's such a good neutral color, but it's a little bit more interesting. So again, it can really lift up a dark outfit and even jeans and a white t-shirt and just give it a little bit of more visual interest. The fact that there's that croc texture. I do see Bottega Veneta shoes on sale every now and then. Sometimes I've seen them at TJ Maxx with those, you know, TJ Maxx and Nordstrom Racks that have designer sections. So if I see them on sale, I would snap them up, but I would not pay full price for them. And then the final style I wanted to talk about is not really a loafer, but I would kind of put them in the same category. They are the, this is a funky one, the J.W. Anderson Mules. They're kind of like a beefier, slightly twisted version of the classic Birkenstock. I think they're called the Boston, you know, like the classic Birkenstock Boston clog. That I see blowing up all over Instagram. But if you are a big fan of the Birkenstock Boston slide, if that's a wardrobe staple for you, and you want something a little bit more funky, like an updated, more modern version of that, the J.W. Anderson Mule would be a good purchase. They do them in a ton of funky colors. If I had to buy them, I'd probably buy them in black, just because it's such an out there shape for me with the big chain detail. I would want them to be more of a quiet neutral color, but I absolutely love the way that they're styled. In the picture I'm going to put on the screen, just a really refined ladylike top, some relaxed jeans, and those slides. To me, that outfit is just like chef's kiss. So that's like a funky potential wish list item for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know, how do you feel about loafers? Are you a loafer girl? Do you have a loafer style, a loafer pair that you absolutely love and that you wear a ton? Do you have a designer loafer that you're lusting after? Is there anything on your wish list? We'll be chatting in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.